what's good. Okay, so that was the last thing I wanted to share, and perfectly, it's led me up into one of the first segments that I wanted to do. Okay, so yeah, let's look at some trade management stuff. Okay, because again, we could look at charts all day, we know what levels to look at, blah, blah, blah. But what I find is that you guys struggle to actually manage trades. Well, I won't say you guys, but a majority of the group has kind of mentioned like they struggle with kind of trade management, when to take the trades, when to let go of it, when to close the trade, like all that stuff included. Okay, so we'll go into that. Okay, so let's go. What time frame was I looking at? Oil, and let's go replay mode because let's go into and let's go into 15-minute. I think was it what time frame was I looking at this? Because I was doing this myself last week. I feel like it was on 5-minute, maybe 5-minute. Let me go more replay mode. Okay, go 5-minute. Before I've done that, I should have done the whole context of this actually. Okay, so let's hit refresh. Okay, so context of this, like I said, so let's go. Was that the daily or 4-hour? Okay, so there was a 4-hour right there, and my whole plan was to get down into this daily. Okay, that's what I want, and I still kind of want, but right now I'm not too confident that's gonna happen no more, or not right now anyway. Okay, so that's the plan. I was thinking first target, let's come down into this H4. Was it H4? H1. I remember. Yeah, I think H1. Let's come down into here, and then let's see how it reacts, and then long term, let's come to this daily. Okay, so that was the context of what I was looking for, especially understanding. Okay, I mean, we've been in a downtrend since the start of the year, basically. Okay, so I was like, yeah, there's a follow on of that. So let's go back into this on the 5-minute. Okay, and let's just break this down. Okay, so first thing, okay, we're mixing in a lot of what we know about Asia sessions and the whole lot. So first thing, the previous day, before this happened, I was looking at this area and I wanted a trade from up here somewhere. Okay, that didn't happen. It dropped and I was thinking, fuck, say oil doing what oil always does. Okay, I mean, we could have got a trade from here. I wasn't quite prepared for it. I mean, look at the time it even happened. I was like, yeah, not with it at all. Okay, dropped. I was like, cool. So when all of that happens, and then you start looking at your pricing and everything, again, what were you looking for? Again, I mean, Joe does this all day long. I mean, since Joe learned about this, he's been relentless. Okay, with especially Euro USD. So when we're looking at this, the first thing that I'm looking for, okay, is our Asia session. Okay, our Asia session right here. That's the first thing I'm always looking for. When we're looking at trades, we're looking at either side of this. Okay, we already know the trend is down. So if we create Asia session here and this starts going, and again, even before it goes, what does it do? Okay, even before it goes, what does it do? It comes below the Asia session. So dips, I mean, at that point, you could have got some trades from this candle here, that candle there, this one here. Yeah, anyway. So we already know what's happening. So if you did get a trade again, I mean, we always break it down. We're talking about trade management, right? So let's just say you woke up London session and then you see Asia session got wiped here. Great. It didn't go off the first time, but second time it did. You're like, great. Straight away, you could have got a trade from here. Target immediately the Asia session highs or something in between here if you don't want to be that ambitious. Okay, because it's got a flat head here as well. Okay, so you could have taken that liquidity from there. Okay, so every time you get into a trade, you always have to have a target. I see a lot of people just get into trades and think, oh, what should I do now? Okay, no, you have to have a plan for the trade. It's like, again, I've said this many times. It's like getting into your car and think, where should I drive today? It doesn't make no sense, does it? You have the intention of going somewhere and then you go into your car, okay, or the train or whatever transport you use. Okay, so once we see this liquidity wipe, boom, we're like, great, something's about to happen. The next target is taking at the highs or doing something. Again, especially with the Asia session there, you really know that's going to be the target. So let's just say you entered your trade here. Okay, you see this, you're like straight away, boom, that's good enough for me. Again, that's aggressive trading. Okay, some people are aggressive, some people rather wait. Okay, when I say that, damn, I don't want the stop loss that big. Okay, when you want to be aggressive, you're just saying, you know what, as soon as I see a break and it comes back to that candle, boom, I'm in. Stop loss under there, and then I'll target the highs or whatever it is. That's the aggressive side. The more cautious people will do something like this, where they're thinking, cool, there's these highs here, various highs here. Let's see if this breaks and then comes back. Okay, and it does. And you're like, all right, cool. Now I'm more happy to enter. It's more safer. Okay, because now you're seeing what price is actually intended to do. Whereas with here, you're taking a chance thinking, yeah, I know, or I hope it's gonna stay here. and it's going to hold that price, and then I'm going to be in. Whereas with this person, they're like, let's wait for that break of structure, and we'll wait for it to come back in, and then I'll take the buy. I mean, it happens, which is why we already know on our chart we could get the trade 2 times. And I haven't actually, I feel like I haven't used this for a long time. It's the A session, entry confirmation, start trend, down trend with the flow. Yeah, oh, wrong one. Let me get this one. Okay, so with this, again, we already know we get 2 hits in a candle. So again, the more aggressive person says boom. As soon as we engulf and it comes back into that candle, boom, I'm in. Okay, I'll take the first trade, target highs or whatever else. I might take profit here. Okay, and then I'll do the whole thing again, because we already know once we break structure, it's going to come back. Boom, you enter again. Boom, now it's gone even higher. So you've got this trade essentially 2 times, 2.5 times. Okay, boom, that's the more aggressive trader. The cautious trader will be like, yeah, cool, let me wait for that break structure, let me wait for it to come into here. All right, great, we broke a structure, I've got that confirmation, now I'll go. So you've got that trade once compared to this person's got 2.5 times, but there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, the most important thing is your trade management and understanding, cool, what's my risk in this trade and how do I play this? Okay, so that's the most important thing. So that's the situation that happened here. First entry, boom, straight away, wait for the break, and then you can do the same thing again, and then we go even higher. Okay, so that's the trade. So now you've done that. You could take your profit here, you could take it here, you could do what you want. Okay, but once it's cleared this high, you're like, cool, that's more than enough now to take your profit. Okay, but again, there's always a target that you should be aiming for. The charts move into specific areas for a reason. They don't just move because they want to. They go into specific areas for a specific reason. So when we're looking at this, why was I looking at this area here? Okay, again, we understand the supply and demand. Okay, first we come into here, tap, comes down, tap into here again, drops, and it just floats. And then we come to Asia session. So now, what's the most important candle I'm just looking at? I'm just thinking, this candle here looks very interesting. Okay, I mean, if you're marking at the whole thing, the body wick as well, I mean, but yeah, this candle here starts looking very interesting. Okay, so once it comes into here, again, when you're buying from here, again, this is where you have to be brave. You're thinking price is going to move into a certain region for a specific reason as well. Okay, it doesn't just move because it wants to. So once your target is Asia session high, you start thinking, what's above that Asia session high? Where's the next supply zone or something you can react from? You start looking across, okay, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there, gap, and then boom, you got this candle. So now you're like, great. TP1 will be taking out this, or maybe even slightly below. You could say, you know what, that's TP1, just that supply candle there. Okay, clone that. Okay, and then you say, you know what, on the ambitious side, I could do that. So you could have 2 trades, or even, let's just say you've got 1 trade. You could split the lot size into 2, or take partials, or do however you want. Okay, TP1's hit, boom, you're like, great. Okay, and then from there, you're like, cool, let's now take out this high. Okay, it does that comfortably. As you can see, this candle is very aggressive. This pushes past it, gives no one a chance at all to even try to recover. Okay, and then boom, comes into here. So just like that, okay, in the morning on London session, okay, you've got 220 points from oil. Okay, by what time? Okay, this is now 10 o'clock. Okay, in 2 hours, you've got 220 points. Okay, not bad. It's not bad at all. That's a very good amount for a week if you're doing a percentage for the week, or you're doing a certain pip for the week, which is, I say, usually about 200 pips is good for the week. If you're doing that consistently, okay, your account's going to compound crazy. Okay, just like that, boom, you've got that trade. So now what you do? Okay, you've got this trade. You might have taken TP here. You're out. You're thinking, I'm done. I'm going to wait for the next trade, and it does all of this. Okay, or you could be the person that's literally held to this whole thing. So now you're in here. In this situation, what would I personally do? Okay, usually, as you guys will see, I always have, I always say, sorry, that I take partials and leave the rest running. So in this situation, what do I personally do? Okay, I've entered here, and then in this area now, we've hit TP, and I'm potentially thinking to sell from here now. So what I'll do, 80% partials off the table. I've secured the bag. Okay, as you can see from my thing here, which I got from Joe. Okay, secure the bag. 80% partials off the table. That's closing partials off the trade. Okay, and if you don't know how to do that yet, you can either ask me or show a YouTube video, or you just literally go to your MT4. I personally trade on my phone. I've never traded a laptop before, so I'm not sure how to do it on a laptop, but on your MT4, you just literally press close trade, and then you minimize the lot size, and then it'll say, do you want to close this much profit? Do you want to close this much profit? And you notice your lot size is going down, and then you close the amount of profit that you want to close with. So usually I take about 80% off, okay, and then I'll leave the 20% or 10% running. So now with that in the background, I secure the bag and I'm thinking, just in case I lose this trade, I'm going to leave 10 to 20% running. Okay, so now I've entered this trade. Okay, I didn't enter from here specifically, actually. Okay, so let's just say you enter this trade. Okay, now when it's going down, you're thinking, great. Your 20% or 10% might be in threat because you're thinking, yeah, whatever. Okay, but you already know if this does play out, you're going to get way more than that 10, 20%. Okay, and in regards to that 10, 20%, let's just say I did enter here. What do I do with my stop loss? Okay, like I've said to you guys before, some of you guys are quite new. I never move my stop until I see this happen. Until I see a breaker structure and price coming back, I never move my stop. Okay, the mistake that some of you guys make is you move your stop once it goes up. Okay, once it goes up, you already know what's potentially going to happen. It's going to come back. Okay, because what happens? We usually get 2 hits in a candle, right? I can't remember where I opened that thing. Okay, you usually get 2 hits in a candle. So if you entered here and then as soon as it went up, you're like, great, move my stop loss into here, and you don't take profit, and it comes back, you're going to be knocked out, and then you're going to miss the whole trade here, and you're going to be very angry because you was in a trade, made a lot of money, came back, took you out, and then it went even higher again. This is where you get frustrated. Okay, don't be that person. I never personally move my trade unless you're going to take profits right here or something here. Never move your stop loss too early. Okay, unless you're going to take profits here or do something. Okay, but apart from that, I never move my stop until I see the second hit in here, unless I take profits in here or something. Okay, but as I've seen everyone else, everyone worked in a small minute time frame. So if you're on a 5 minute, okay, yeah, you either have to take profits in and around here or just literally don't move your stop. Okay, if you're doing more swing trading style like me and whatever else, it might be slightly different. Okay, where I mean, I might enter on a 1 hour or 4 hour, and I'm thinking, cool, this trade is gonna take off in a week or it's gonna do something for the week. Okay, apart from that, I never move my stop loss until it makes that second drop. Okay, there's a question. Let me just look at. I may have done that. It's all good, Sean. It's all good. I've done it more than once. Okay, it's all good, man. This is why we're here. This is why we're doing these sessions, right? But yeah, I never move my stop until this happens, until the second coming. Okay, like Jesus. I never do that. So that's one big mistake that a lot of traders make that makes you lose out on a very good trade that you've set up, you waited for it like a couple hours or a couple of days. You're like, yes, it's finally here. You get in and you move your stop too early, takes you out, and then you're like, how the fuck have I not made no money from that? Okay, so yeah, that's a very, very big factor. Don't do that. Okay, so now you've got your 20% running, 10% running, wherever it is. My stop loss is just now above profit, so it's impossible for me to lose. Why do I do that? Okay, let's just make this red line. Let me just put, what do I do as my red line? Let's do it here. So let's just say our entry is here. Okay, I'll put my stop right here. Okay, and now that's chilling about 20%, like that's the 10 to 20% left of the running profit. Okay, why do I leave it here? Because let's just say you wanted to sell from here and it is dropping, it's doing this thing, you're like, great, making profit. Okay, you've got your full lot size there, but you've only got 10 to 20% of that lot size here. Okay, at this point, you're just thinking, cool, whatever. If it takes it out, it takes it out. You're making all this profit from this one anyway. But why do I do that? Why do I leave this here? Because let's just say it reacted from here and then kept on going up. What does that now do? Now I'm in a position where I've still got this position in profit. I've got this position in profit. Either way, you're in a win-win situation. You can't lose. You're in a win-win situation because you've got to buy from here. It might not be your full lot size because you've taken partials, but you've got your full lot size from here. So this is making all the profit. But let's just say in a situation where it did react from here and started going back up. Now you're thinking, straight away in that situation, because you don't really want to take 2 L's, and this is where you have to be flexible sometimes. I'll now move my stop to here just to protect that position. Okay, and you might be thinking, but you just said don't move your situation dependent. Why is that? Because now you're in this buy and there's a potential of losing here. Or you could just let the buy, you could let, if it's going to go up, it's going to take you out anyway, right? You could say, you know what, I don't care, I could take that L, this is going to cover up for it, and then we'll continue rising up. But in this situation, when I'm already hedged against myself, there's no point losing. I was just like, cool, I'll put my stop here. If you do stop me out, no problem. I'll look for a second entry. Okay, I'll look for a second entry because potentially what you're going to do is you could potentially react from here and drop. Okay, or you're going to keep going up. But either way, if it keeps going up and you didn't move your stop, you might take the L from the sell here, but you're still holding this partial. Okay, so why is it this low? It's because it stays well out the way of any bullshit happening in here. Okay, let's just say for instance now, you moved your stop to here. Okay, when price is riding up, you're like, oh my God, that was such a big move. you know what, my stop should be safe here now. If you did that, okay, and then price did come down, took you out here, now you've got no buys left at all. You're just, now you're just in one sell, and then took you out here, and then came up and took you out there. Now you're in no positions at all. Okay, so what I do personally, I leave this well out the way. Okay, I will leave it well out the way. And I'm like, cool, if anything does go wrong here, this is like my contingency plan. Okay, it might not be my full lot size, but that's the contingency plan. Okay, and then I'll let this do whatever it's going to do. Okay, so as you can see, it clearly didn't happen here, but just an example. So in this situation, I personally looked at this trade here. Okay, we get that move up in there, we dropped, didn't quite break, but I was looking at that, I was thinking, I do still quite like that. Okay, and then from here, react. As you can see, we'll start falling away. So let's just say in a situation where you had the buy here, you finally get taken out here. Okay, no problem, because that's your 10, 20% that you left in anyway. Okay, but I mean, you're in a sell from here now. It's all good. Okay, boom. So you caught the trade up and then catching it down. So again, that's 200 points there. And then if you're looking for a sell here, okay, you could start targeting this low again, because what we know is the Asia session low again. So you target this low, which is another 200 or something points. So that's 500 points in a day, essentially. Okay, 500 points in a day, which is why I like trading oil, but I hate it at the same time, because sometimes it's a bastard. Okay, but high risk, high reward, right? Okay, same with indices. That's why a lot of people like trading indices. You see a lot of YouTubers, every time they talk about trades, they talk about indices. Why? Especially with a bigger account, you're in and you're out. You don't even need that much points. You get 10 points, 20 points. You're like, all right, cool, done. Okay, you don't need that much. Whereas with FX, it's slower, and the pips, you need a lot more pips to make a decent amount compared to indices, or your put gold in that category as well. Okay, so boom, we've done that. So again, this sell, same situation. Again, if you ever miss a buy or a sell or whatever else, just wait for that same candle. Okay, it's going to do something. So in this situation where it didn't break this low, I would be slightly worried. Okay, thinking, maybe it's going to do that. Okay, but as we know, you could drop into the 1 minute. I'm not going to do that now because it's going to just kind of bother doing a replay mode. You could drop into the 1 minute, it broke minor structures in and around here. But either way, what's the risk? Okay, what's the risk? You just always ask yourself that same question. What is the risk? Okay, here about 17 points, gain about 250 minimum. Okay, and if I go to the 15 minute, as you can see, I mean, yeah, I was targeting that. It was H1. I knew it was H1. Okay, there was that H1 candle there as well. Okay, but the key feature in this is understanding that we did not take out this high. We struggled once, struggled twice, 3 times. I mean, minimum we should be targeting here and then this H1. Okay, which is why I was looking at this trade. I was like, yeah, that's definitely going to happen. Okay, so when you're looking at something like that and you're trading and you're looking at the plan and you're thinking, cool, what do I do in this situation? That's exactly how you'll play it. Managing your risk, managing your emotions, and then just executing the bastard. Okay, that's literally it. That is literally it. Understanding your structure, I mean, this is the whole part of this trade was just understanding this Tokyo high. Okay, or Asia session. Understanding this gave you the key to everything else. And understanding the structure prior to that as well. Okay, boom, you drop it. And then, yeah, I mean, it done a whole mezza. Done a whole mezza. Okay, so trades like that, I mean, you can't say too much more about it. And wait, actually, it's not even done there. I didn't manage to catch this buy, but I marked it up after. I can't remember where it is. Let me go to H1. This is one I wish I did catch. How did this even happen again? Oh yeah. I marked this up after when I already saw that example. I was like, you know, this would be a good example as well. Okay, so in this situation, like I said, I was targeting this H1. Why am I even scrolling there? Forget that. You don't need to see that. Okay, so I was targeting this H1 and it went lower. Okay, it went lower than that. Actually, if there was a reason I was doing that. I can't remember this. Was it H4? Sure, it was H4. I don't remember why I was doing this now. One sec. Let me just get over to that. Okay, so it does this cheeky little wipe of this. Okay, they're just wick, just chilling, hiding over here. And it does the wipe of that. Okay, and then from there, it starts going up. So when this starts going up, and I think I might have to go back into replay mode for this. Okay, so again, same situation, exact same situation. So again, the Asia session, we've already done that liquidity wipe of that. big wick on the other side, and then we've done the same thing here. So again, we get this low, we get that low, boom, takes it out. Okay, Asia session was in and around here, so this happens quite late in the day, but either way, we still get a liquidity wipe. Okay, so you either wait for the liquidity wipe of Asia session, or you wait in and around, say London as well, / New York. Okay, but mostly in and around London. As far as it's within London pricing, you want that Asia session to be taken out one way or another, depending on the structure, and then you go from there. So again, like I say, you never take trades without understanding where you're going. So what was I targeting? Or what have I been targeting if I was actually going into this trade? Okay, so it had a 5 minute, I have to go into the 5 minute again. Okay, so when we came from this area, remember where we took the sell from? When we came from this area, what did we leave behind? I'm going to delete these now. What did we leave behind? We left this IPA, we left this candle here. And again, we already know these highs are in threat. Okay, that could get taken out. So again, that's the target. Okay, we already know IPA, candle there. So in this situation, let's just take it back. Okay, let's zoom right into here. So you got the liquidity wipe. Asia session's done, liquidity wipe's done. Let's just hit this once. Okay, again, similar situation with the other one from the top. We didn't quite engulf straight away, but the second one does. Okay, and it was even in a 1 minute. Let me just hit play one more time. Okay, so here as a 5 minute trader, the aggressive trader, you're like, you know what? We finally engulfed this candle, boom, I'm in. Okay, through this candle. Okay, stop loss just under here. Okay, 20 points, and then you already know the target, or just minimum target, what? Asia session high, minimum target. Okay, and that will give you, let's just say you risk 20 pips, 20 points, sorry. Okay, Asia session high, will give you about 160, let's call it. Okay, minimum, not a bad trading morning, right? Okay, so let's go to the 1 minute. Okay, this is how more aggressive you could get with it. So as you can see from the 5 minute, I mean, the candles were kind of doing their thing, wasn't that clear, but what can you do on the 1 minute? So when we're looking at this, again, the breaker structure, again, like I said, there's two types of traders, right? The aggressive trader straight away hits it, boom, enter, you're in. The more sensible one will be like, you know what, let me wait for it to do its thing. I don't mind missing out on the initial move, but I'll wait for the second one. Okay, but it's on a 1 minute chart anyway. So it does exactly that. So we see, okay, liquidity wipe happens. Okay, doesn't quite do anything there, drops back down. And then this was now the previous high. Again, if we're looking at the candle bodies rather than the wicks, again, let's go into a line chart. This is the easy way to say break a structure or not. Okay, so again, had a high there. Okay, kind of create a double top, come back down, and that was the candle that I was looking at on the 1 minute. Okay, so that's an easy way to always do it as well. So here, aggressive entry. Okay, you could get that aggressive entry, boom. You could get that breaker structure. If that doesn't quite work, for it coming back down here again, what do? You play off this candle. Okay, so hit play, see how that unfolds. I mean, we already got that aggressive trader there. Here was that was a sketchy one, but either way, you could have got that. Okay, so let's just keep doing that. So this is what I mean by don't move your stop too early, because let's just say you did get that aggressive entry. Okay, you moved your stop in here. Okay, let's just say, yeah, that was a better way. This is a better way. Okay, your stop loss is here. Let's just say you entered right here, right? Okay, you've gone up, you're like, yay, making profit. Yeah, it's going higher. You move your stop into here. What happens? You get taken out. Okay, then what happens from there? Okay, it starts going. Okay, comes back a second time. And then it's all the way here now. So here, if you move your stop too early, you would have got taken out. Okay, if you left it for the first hit, boom, you're in. But what did I say about moving my stop? I never move it until what? Until we're going to break this high or break that high. Why? Exactly for this reason. Okay, exactly for this reason. So, which is why sometimes you guys see me sitting in trades for time and you're thinking, has he not got taken out by now? Okay, reasons like this, little things like this, you have to be brave in this trading game. You have to understand, trading is literally designed for you to lose. It's designed for you to lose. All these traps happening is designed for you to lose. So when you're looking at things like this, it's not happening just because they purposely want to take you out of the trade before the move, which is why you get liquidity wipes. Okay, all these early buyers in here, they're like, oh great, I'm in a trade. Okay, oh, you know what, it's come back here, let me buy more. Okay, and then what happens? Boom, you get taken out. Okay, it's designed for you to lose before they take their initial positions. Okay, they always want to be in the best side of the market with your money, not their money. Okay, they're gonna have their money in there, but they also want to take everyone else's money at the same time. Greedy bastards, I know. Okay, that's what happens. So again, like I said, I never move my stop until I see a break or structure or something. So again, here, once we took off from here, would I move my stop? No, because again, this hasn't broken. Okay, it's floating. And at this point, when it comes back, you have to be brave. Don't start thinking, shit, I'm going to lose the trade. You're just thinking this is part of the game. As far as your risk is intact, you're ready to risk. Again, it's called risk because you have to be prepared to lose. Okay, I know everyone wants that 100% kind of strategy or you never lose. And I see some people on YouTube legit try to sell that, like, I never lose again. I'm like, that's the biggest dream sell ever. You should definitely get sued for that kind of shit because you are going to lose. Okay, you are going to lose. You have to accept that. That's part of the game. Okay, even banks lose. I mean, they hardly ever lose because again, we already know what they do, but they lose. So what makes you think you're going to find this random person that's going to be like, you know what, I don't work for a bank. I've never worked for a bank. I don't do nothing, but I'm going to show you how to never lose in trading again. Like it's not real. Okay, you're going to lose. So again, when we put our risk management, it's called risk management for a purpose, because again, we're saying we're willing to risk, but we're going to manage our risk. Okay, we're going to manage how much we actually lose. So let's just say this is your risk management. You're like, you know what, 30 points, okay, or whatever it is, 20, 10, wherever it is. You're like, I'm willing to risk that out of my account. Okay, which is why you use the sensible lot sizes. Okay, again, for you guys with funded accounts, I don't know exactly how it works and what you have to risk or whatever else, but yeah, you're prepared to lose that. You're saying, you know what, if it goes below this, then that means this trade is not going to happen at all. I'm prepared for that. But if it does work, what am I going to get out of it? Minimum, you say this target, this high in here. This is a 1 minute chart, by the way, as well. Okay, so you get 87 points straight away there. Again, depending on your broker, if you get a true value. Okay, but this is a 1 minute chart. So that's a risk I'm looking to take. Okay, again, I like nothing less than like 7 to 1s and all that kind of stuff. So that's the risk I'm willing to take. But again, key thing with this, you get your entry here. Don't move your stop until what? Until you break above these highs. What can you do now? Your stop is here. Okay. Actually, yeah, it doesn't quite work with this, does it? Okay. Your stop is here. Now you can move it into here. Okay. You can move into here. I mean, I really want to, I wouldn't want to move it all the way here, but I'll move into here. Why? Because I know now, once we do break above here, what's the possibilities? We've got a remorse candle here that we could potentially enter off. And we've got a candle here that we could potentially enter off. If it did decide to come all the way back down, but what's going to be protected? My entry. Okay, and then hopefully it bounces off here, and I'm like, you know what, fuck it, let me get a second entry. Okay, then new stop loss. Okay, new stop loss would be under here. Okay, and then you protect it and it keeps on going up. Okay, so these are the tiny little things. That's a tuition fees. They've took my money a lot lately. Yeah, the bastards, the tuition fees. Yeah, I like that saying to Jardim. That's what, yeah, it's the cost of learning, man. It's the cost of learning. And these peak times of inflation, it's the cost of learning. Okay, so exactly that. Don't move your stock too early. You have to be brave. You just have to brave it out. Okay, you've taken a trade for a reason. This is why you have to plan your trades accordingly. You can't just say, you know what, this level looks good. Let me take the trade. Oh, what should I do with it now? Where's it going to go? Oh, how high is it going to go? Like you can't start guessing all these kind of things after. Okay, yes, you might be more ambitious, thinking, I wonder if it goes higher into here. I wonder if it goes lower into here, blah, blah, blah. But your initial TP or your initial target should already be set in mind. Okay, with this trade minimum, if I was looking at this right now, I'll say, you know what, minimum, we should come into at least this 82.10. Okay, why is that? We've got a remorse candle in here, and then above that, we've got this supply. From there, then we could potentially sell off and drop lower. Why? Because you broke structure here. Minimum, that's what my mindset will be thinking. Okay, minimum. Okay, but again, I already showed you what it's like on the 5 minute and H1 where we're looking for targets. But again, that's a very key part of the entry for one. Okay, you're managing your stop loss and not moving it too early. Okay, and then letting it play out. Because again, it's going to have to go up or down. If it goes lower than this, then you're like, you know what, I was looking at this whole thing wrong in the first place. Okay, that's the difference. That's the difference. Okay, and then yeah, I mean, you see what price does. I mean, TP1 would have been smashed through. Okay, went higher, create some roughly equal highs through all of this. At this point, I mean, if you're in two trades, you could take profit of one or move your stop into an area like this. Again, The only place that I move my stop into is when I say, if it comes lower than this, then I know this whole thing is going to collapse. Okay, so let's just say through here. Okay, let's just say we already played through this remorse candle all through here. Okay, I know now if we do come lower than this, we're going to collapse and we're potentially going to come into here and potentially lower. So I'll say, you know what, I'll put my stop here because that's minimum I want it to do. Okay, but at this point, you should already taken partials anyway or close the trade, because if you've got two, then I mean, the second one, you should close it out or take partials and have a higher tolerance for where you move your stop and then kind of move from there. Okay, so those are the kind of things I'll do if I had two trades on. Okay, I'll be more lenient with this one, whereas one would just stay chilling. Again, you guys have seen me put my print screen time when I'm showing you like the daily chart and my stop loss is still at entry. And you're like, why is your stop loss all the way there? You should have closed that like 2 weeks ago. But again, this is the things. Again, I'm not showing you anything different that I don't do. Okay, same situation. I might have taken partials, but my stop loss will just stay there because I'm like, cool. One, would be good if I ever wanted to flex on Instagram and like, look how long I've been holding this trade. Two, it gives me various opportunities to continue stacking on it with the original position in place. Okay, that's literally what it is. Okay, so from here now you can say, you know what, I'm gonna move it here because I don't expect the price to come back into here, but if it does, you know what, take me out. Okay, so all these kind of things. That's how you manage to trade accordingly. So we go even higher. Let me go into the 5 minute. Okay, 5 minute. Okay, where's our target? Our target is way above there. I mean, this takes forever, but anyway, this trade was like, it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. I'm still burning I didn't take it, but you guys already know what happened with me last week. So my head and everything wasn't even in the right place really to be looking at charts like that. So yeah, but this trade, looking at it back, and I was thinking, fuck, only if I mean, I would have been in Bali looking at this. Well, unfortunately, it wasn't meant to happen. Okay, but yeah, just the way this whole thing played out, I was like, fucking hell, that was beautiful. Okay, so yeah, would they have taken? I can't remember where we said I had stop loss. I think I was here, but anyway, yeah, you probably would have got taken out there, and then yeah, you had to re-enter. But again, same cycle starts again, Tokyo session, and then you just look for the signs. Okay, and then through here, you take. Okay, this is an interesting one actually. I remember looking at this yesterday. Was it today? Yesterday actually. So another way you could play Asia session. Sorry, I just need to the burp, but it's not coming out. Another way you could play Asia session, because it's not just about taking out the high or taking out the low and then going the total opposite way. Sometimes this happens as well, where it does the opposite, where you might take out the high, you might be expecting it to now drop and do something, but sometimes this happens. Okay, let's go 5 minute. No, not 3, I want 5. Okay, sometimes this happens, but key thing to always understand your remorse zones. I know it's easy to forget sometimes trading this way, but understand your remorse zones. So again, price trying to break out there, price trying to break out there, blah, 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 but it stays on top. So here, we actually do take out Asia session. At this point, you'll be thinking, you know what, great. Can we now do that? But you get this situation where immediately, as you can see, it plays off this remorse area, kind of tackling into this and then bouncing up. So now it coming down is no longer really looking likely. So you either get that trade right here somehow, or you wait for a rebound or something. Okay, I mean, this one wasn't as clean, maybe on a 1 minute or something. But either way now, I'm looking for buyers. I'm not expecting price to come lower now, thinking, oh yeah, let's take that Asia session today. It's not gonna happen. Okay, sometimes it might, but yeah, it's not gonna happen now. Okay, once you take out that high, you kind of bounce off it. More times that I've seen than not, it's gonna continue going up. Don't wait for it to now come low and think, oh yeah, we're going to take our Asia session low. It's not going to happen, especially as you get closer, okay, into New York session and all that kind of stuff. It's just not going to happen. Okay, again, I won't say never, but more often than not, you want to be on a buy side here. Okay, so let me flip back into the 15. Okay, and we already know our target. Okay, it's coming all the way up into here. And then yeah, just keeps on doing its thing, and then boom, hit our target. Okay, so this is literally how you look at trades in isolation, understanding your targets, understanding your entries, and don't move in your stops. Okay, don't move your stops too early. Very big thing. Okay, very, very big thing. And I've seen it happen time and time again. And I know it's happened to, like some of you guys said, yeah, it's still happening now. But yeah, don't move your stops too early. Okay, and then yeah, I was looking at another one today actually. It was an old 1 minute, was 5 minutes as well. I was looking at another today that I was burning that I didn't take. Was it this? Is this even today's date? No, 13th. So no, that's not even today's date. I was looking at another one today that kind of caught me off guard. Yeah, that's today's date there. And then it's dropped back lower. Okay, so yeah, Asia session in here. Let's go replay mode first. And let's go 5 minutes. Okay, so similar situation, like I just explained. And oh yeah, it's true. Actually, it happens on oil quite a lot now. Actually, I'm thinking about it. Okay, so similar situation. So this morning, we took out this high, and I was like, great. I was looking for a similar thing to happen that happened before. I was targeting this candle here. I was thinking, yeah, let's take out this high, let's come into here, and then we drop. We came high here. I was thinking, bastard, it's left me. Okay, leaving this IPA and it's dropping. And then after I started thinking about it, I was like, wait a minute. What if, and I was looking at the 1 minute time, I don't know why I didn't execute this either. Should have executed this morning. I didn't have the confidence, I don't know why. Okay, this one happens in a different way. We've taken out the Asia session, we're looking to potentially come down, but this was in the way. This whole order block here. And I was looking at this again, I'm thinking, why didn't I execute, man? I mean, it was right there for the taking, but anyway. So this was right here. So again, we've taken an Asia session high. You expect this to naturally, come for the low. And then this was just in a way. And then, I mean, this would have been a beautiful trade. Okay, that would have been a beautiful trade. Boom. So why didn't I take this? I'm so dumb, bro. That was a sweet trade. That was a sweet trade. Okay, but yeah, situations like that. So again, when you're looking at Asia session ranges, don't just think about taking a high or low and then it going a completely opposite way, because yeah, these situations happen as well. Okay, and then I mean, we also what happened with the news, and then now we're basically back down. Let me just click X. We're back down here. Okay, and right enough again. Oh, it was so annoying sometimes, man. It's so annoying sometimes. These sessions I'm not taking. Yeah, I know, man. Sometimes I have to kick myself. It's hard love for myself. So yeah, that was that. So what other trades? I mean, Euro USD today.